You are now tuned in to the Jmack Experience Podcast.
All right, we're back, and we got a very, very special guest on the show today. I want to give you a round of applause, my brother, for coming through. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
How you feeling today, bro?
Shit, it's another day, bro. I mean, I'm blessed. As long as I get to wake up, I'm good. It's an honor to be here, bro. I appreciate you inviting me on the show.
Likewise, man. So I seen you've been crazy busy lately, putting out a lot of dope content. Yep. You've been traveling. We're going to get into all that. Let me shout out the sponsors real quick before we begin. Shout outs to Black Sheep Sea Moss Gel. Make sure you contact Raul Delgado. Shout out to Braza Brand. Make sure you hit him up for merch. He also got razor blades. He's a barber, so he got some fire shit. Make sure you tap into that. And then shout outs to Extended Fam Clothing. They got these shiesties they just came out with by DJ Chisel and Benny Boy Rude. This is actually a gift for you, my brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Thank you.
You already know, man. You already know. It's going to be a crazy episode. Episode 56. Kickamatics is in the fucking building. I cannot wait to get into this. Let's get into the intro real quick, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Jmack Experience Podcast. This show is for motivational purposes only. However, we will not be politically correct, but our goal is to inspire those who listen and watch the show. Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to follow us at the Jmack Experience Podcast and email us if you would like to be a guest on our platform at the Jmack Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Peace.
Yo, man, it's an honor to be in your presence, man. I appreciate you so much, man. I'm gonna give you another round of applause because we gotta big you up, man. I know it's been crazy. You know, it's not easy for people to get to the level that you're gonna get there. I already know you're on your way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this shit takes a lot of work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, like, this shit, you know, it's literally a job sometimes, even though it's fun and shit like that, but you don't make no money off this shit for a while.
Yeah, I would say, like, people usually say, like, when you love what you do, you don't work a day, but I think it's the total opposite. Like, when you love what you do, you're going to work way harder at it. You know what I mean? So, like, when it comes to this, like you said, it is a job, but it's a different type of feel. When I hear work, when I hear job, it's like, work shouldn't be something that you dislike. You know what I mean? If you want to put the work in, it's because you really love it. That's how I see it. So yeah, definitely, if you love something, I think you're gonna work way harder at it.
That's a fact. Now, for those out there who are not familiar with who you are, what's your name and where are you from?
So my name's Zachary Russell. I go by Kickamatics on all platforms, and I'm born and raised in Providence, Rhode Island. So I pretty much, being here in the Ocean State my whole life, I throw up the pinch everywhere I go. If you see my photos or my videos, that basically for me means smallest state, biggest dreams. So essentially just throwing up that
that's fucking dope.
Throwing up that pinch just wherever I go, just to pay homage to Rhode Island everywhere I go. But basically what I do with Kickamatics is I travel the world and I showcase sneakers, streetwear, and anything fashion related, storefronts, businesses, and events of any type of caliber pretty much. So from the smallest of small emerging streetwear brands to some of the biggest names that you know in the industry. So just trying to be able to showcase as much as I possibly can within this world and just, taking one step at a time within my journey and just enjoying it pretty much.
Bro, and you've been getting, you got right too. You should be fucking doing your own podcast, not for nothing, bro. You're a great speaker, you know,
Thank
like
you.
I could picture you doing like straight up motivational shit, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
And in the future, you know. But you know, let's not go too forward. You know, I want to start from the very beginning. Being that I'm from Queens, I have to ask you, is your name inspired by Nas's first album, Illmatic?
So Kickamatics, I'm glad you asked. Like, Kickamatics is funny because I wasn't a fan of school. I wasn't a big school guy. Like, middle school, I was horrible, like, when it came to anything school related. High school, I had good grades because
I tell you, it's going to be a vibe, man. It's going to be a vibe.
Pretty much, like, that's pretty much what I was with school. High school, I had good grades because, like, I was in the Providence School District my whole life. Then freshman year, I went to East Providence High School. So I didn't really know anybody yet. So I really didn't have anything to do but do good in school because I didn't know anybody yet until I started playing basketball for high school and everything and stuff. So, but Kickamatics actually came from me in math class one day. I've always been into kick since I was like 8.
Gotcha.
And basically, mathematics was where I was in 11th grade. I could not stand my teacher, couldn't stand the class.
Also, so the subject is where you got your name from.
So I was in math class and I was just in kicks. I just like was looking, basically just mathematics was just in my head and kicks kind of came along. I was just like, what can I do with this right now? And that kind of just sparked the way it did. And I was just like, kicks, mathematics. I kind of like put them together and was just like Kickamatics. I was like the theory of kicks instead of the theory of math. I was like the theory of kicks is like kind of how I want to make my own kind of just kind of make my own way make my own meaning for the word itself, I guess. I just kind of merged two words together and kind of created my own thing with it.
And you just ran with it pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's been working ever since.
100%. Like, people saw, like, there's, like, kick on mat, like, trying to, like, some, like, weird kung fu shit after, like, I looked up, like, anything. Nothing was Kickamatics but me. So I, like, basically, once again, it was just basically math class and kicks merged together and Kickamatics was born.
So you're one of one. Nobody got the name.
Nah.
That's fire. I like that. Nobody could compare you to no one. Because a lot of people got Jmack. Not for that. That should be pissing me the fuck off. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. And there's some well-known dudes that do like video work and shit like that. But like nobody has blew up crazy yet. So I'm like, there's still hope for me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll get on that level. Well, eventually I'm gonna get on that level. But so like I want to just backtrack. I know you mentioned that you went to East Providence High School and 8th grade you got your name. But like, what was it like more or less growing up in Providence for you?
Providence was everything, man. Without Providence, I wouldn't be who I am. Anybody that I've ever met, any of my like sandbox friends from Providence who know me, who might watch this, like they know, like I wouldn't be anything without them. So like the community of Fox Point, like me, I went to Varn Gregorian Elementary. I went to Nathan Bishop for middle school. Like everybody that I've ever met or whoever I've grown up with knows, like without them, I wouldn't be who I am. You know.
So you straight Providence all the way.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine, bro. I like that. I fucks with Providence heavy too. Honestly, I used to come back and forth out here. You know, and I say this many times. So this is my second home. You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, and I just don't want to leave Providence, man. I fucking love. It's like a mini New York. It's like the closest thing to New York for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like for Rhode Island, I'd say Providence is like a mini New York. But then you go to New York and you're like,
it's nothing compared. Nothing compared to New York. It's the best city in the world, you know what I mean? But shout outs to Prov. I feel like this city, not for nothing, especially this year, a lot of things been popping. Like it's coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Providence is definitely coming. I mean, there's a whole lot of things like happening. Like just like a lot of Providence natives, especially within basketball. Like you're seeing a whole lot of like Providence athletes like being able to go to like the NBA and stuff or MLB. Like there's a whole lot of like Rhode Island athletes who have been making names for themselves too.
Facts.
So Rhode Island's been doing well. Yeah,
hell yeah. So like, did you face any trials and tribulations growing up? Like, you know, family wise, you have any siblings? Like, what was your childhood like?
So I've actually been blessed. Both my parents, I actually got a great set of parents. Both my mom and dad, I'm blessed to be able to have like as the parents that I have. I was really lucky to have.
Shout outs to them.
Shout out to my parents. I got my two siblings are both older. Good amount older than me. I'm the baby of the
family. So you spoiled and shit.
I wouldn't say that, but
more or
less.
I
wouldn't say that, but yeah.
I'm an only child, so I can relate.
I've both my parents are great. I have two older siblings, and then really I brought up on my grandmother. My grandmother's everything for me. So like the reason why I put the pinch with the cherry blossoms is my grandmother's favorite flower. Of course.
I was seeing that.
So basically, my grandmother is my everything. She was really my hero, my inspiration. Everything I do is really because of her. So I was pretty much brought up by my grandmother, and every aspect of like who I am, like. All my type of personality traits all come from my grandmother. It all stems from her pretty much.
Dope.
Yeah, I would say like when it comes to my family, like I was really blessed, bro. I was really lucky to have the family that I have. Yeah, 100%.
That's a good thing. Not everybody has to have a fucked up background. You know what I'm saying? Like some people actually, you know, they're like you said, they're blessed. You know, it's good to have it good. Like I don't know what it is nowadays. A lot of people, even if they're blessed, like you just said, like they want to be ghetto, they want to be from the hood, they wish they wasn't a fuck. Like why would you want that? You know what I mean?
You can't. At the end of the day, you can't fake the shit. Like what it's always gonna see through. Like the truth always comes out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like I said, I can't fake what I'm not. The only thing I know how to be is myself.
Be real. You being real.
That's all it is.
I could tell, man. Very humble. I like your energy, bro. Not for nothing. So let's get right to it. What inspired you to start creating content?
So I was making content since like. I had my first iPod. It was like an iPod 4th generation. I was making like Nerf movies in my basement, like the Nerf
guns and shit.
Like, bro, like looking at everything. Like, bro, I was into like anything, dog. So pretty much anything I could make content with, comedy skits, like everything. I was just always making content, especially basketball. As a kid, like getting my first iPod, like even if it was just me like recording me shooting a shot at the
But you had a Nano and shit? You had the iPad Nano?
Nah, so like a 4th generation iPod. It was just like one of the, it's still bulky. It wasn't slim yet. It was
the
still,
white one?
Black. It was a black iPod 4.
Oh, I think I had one of them shits.
So it was, I just like was always just making content. Always just trying to film something. I was always just like interested in film. Like that's just something I was always was. And then I just meshed it with basketball and kicks. That's just what I was. It was kicks, basketball, and that's really it.
So you mentioned you play ball too, right?
My whole life, yeah. Everything has been basketball.
So you a ball player on the low.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone that watches this, like all my people that I met was through basketball.
Nice.
Like, all my relationships was through basketball. Like all my people's from 5 in kindergarten all the way to high school. Like that's where all my relationships come from. Until I started, obviously, Kickamatics started doing what it was doing. Those relationships came from that, but it all was pretty much basketball based.
Damn, you know, and it's funny because my next question was, out of all the things, why did you want to do content based on clothing and sneakers? Obviously, because you love basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Basketball and just I feel like sports, music, and fashion all go hand in hand. You know what I mean? So all three, it's like a triangle of like all of them kind of eat off each other. Like whether you're looking at tunnel fits from NBA players going to the game, whether you're looking at your favorite artist in a music video, or whether it's both of those athletes or artists doing a collab with a brand that you love, like it all goes hand in hand with each other.
I gotta ask, who's your favorite basketball player of all time?
Oh, it's Kobe. I mean, it's crazy.
Man. Well, you from a younger generation, so of course you're gonna say
it's
Kobe.
funny. Like I got people who can vouch for me. Like after elementary school, I would go to the like public library and I would like watch Kobe highlights before my rec games and stuff. That's what I was doing. My keychain actually just broke off my keys. My Kobe, I gotta get a new Kobe keychain.
Yeah, you gotta get it out. Yo, send them another fucking keychain, man. Tap in.
But yeah, like Kobe was it's funny because like being from Rhode Island, like all Celtics fans, it was like how I always like compared it was like if you love Star Wars, I was like if you love Star Wars, right? Yep. You love Darth Vader. That's what
exactly.
It is. So if I'm a Celtics fan, I love Kobe Bryant. Like it's just what it was. Like I was a big Darth Vader fan. Kobe was like it was just so cool to see like what he did. He didn't care what it was. Like his tenacity on and off the court. Like even if it was just basketball based, he made you want to just do better in life.
Now he's definitely one of the GOATs. You know what I mean? After Jordan though, because Jordan's my GOAT. You know what I mean? But it's not about me today. But I hate when they compare Kobe and LeBron. I don't know what it is, but I feel like they don't match at all.
I feel like you can't compare anybody like in any era. I feel like since all the eras are different, every player is just their own player. You can't really like I used to always have these debates with my friends too. Like who's the best of all time? I just feel like you can't compare anybody with anything.
True.
It's all their own art form too. Like just let them be them. You know.
That's a fact. So when did you realize more or less like creating content was something you wanted to do for the rest of your life?
Second I dropped out of school for good. Like
you dropped out?
Yeah, so I was
you said, fuck school.
I knew I was going to school. The sole purpose I was going to school was for my dad. That was it. I was going to college for my dad, and I noticed like even I wasn't going to be that kid who was going to devote himself to get straight A's in school because I didn't believe in it. So if I don't believe in it, I'm not going to give it my all. It's just what it is. So I was pretty much at first, before like making the content that I make now, I was big into reselling, restoring customs. I did everything you could think with a pair of shoes before making the content that I make today. So, everything that you see today is just from all my
your history.
Like I experimented so much. Like it was all experiments. So like reselling content, customs and custom content, restores especially. Like I was known like where I was making my money was restores. Like I was cleaning everybody's shoes from school. Like I was saying like it's pretty much like if anyone like beat the shit out of their kicks really quick, it was like all right,
I'll bring those back to life, bro.
Yeah, like I'll see you in school tomorrow. I'll see you at third period, bro. Just let me see those and I'll bring them back. Like that's what it was. So and then after all that, like I said, it was all experimenting with content.
You were trying to see what works more or less, right?
Pretty much. And I was seeing that I was sort of finding a groove. Like it was all shit content in my opinion. Like don't get me wrong. Like even like my last 500 episodes of Pulling Up, I'm on like 550. I think the first 500 suck in my opinion.
That's how it starts. So
I think it's I think when I found out when I did that first episode of Pulling Up, it was an experiment. I just pulled up to the Warwick Mall, Foot Locker. Did my first words that came out of my mouth was pulling up, and then my last words, like my outro, how it is now to this day. And
so that's how it all became a thing.
It's just experiment.
That's fucking crazy.
That first Pulling Up got like 40,000 views, and I never saw that before. I thought like 40,000 views. I was like, oh my gosh, I was going crazy for 40,000 views. And I looked at that, and then I was like, all right, let me do it again tomorrow. I went to Plato's Closet, got like another 30,000 views.
Oh shit, you was on a roll, bro.
So it was like back-to-back days, and I was like, all right, let me just keep going. And I haven't stopped since January 30th of 2023. So almost 2 years straight, just been grinding.
You only got 2 years. You got 500. Hold on.
Every day.
You got 550 episodes, and you literally got 2 years doing this shit?
That's just the Pulling Up. And then I got the Wake Up series. That's at like 125. And then all the other content I got with it. So it's pretty much, I haven't missed an upload in
you fucking working, bro. So every day, I'm assuming you're doing like about two episodes a day, more or less. No, 1 or 2 at least.
Like actually, like finishing editing, filming wise, like there was at the beginning of my process, I was addicted. Like I've noticed, I got an addictive personality.
Yeah,
bro. When I love something, I love hard.
You going hard.
So like when I was first filming, when I had all my clips, like I would record like 2 weeks worth of clips. So I'd have like 14 episodes recorded. And then there was a day where I'd be like, all right, I'm going to record, voiceover, edit like 7 today, just cause.
Oh,
so I was like going nuts. And I was like, all right, that's not sustainable. I can't do that to myself. I need to live my life. So,
yeah, you get caught up, bro. That's just happening to me right now. I can't catch up.
So I basically was just, I pretty much, with I have so many other pieces of content, so many other things I do now. I was just pretty much just finding the balance of everything now. So I noticed I was like, all right, I gotta film. When I go to film, I gotta go film hard. Like in Tokyo, the first 4 days was 16 episodes a day when I was in Tokyo.
Jeez.
So that's
This dude's fucking working, bro.
So the first 4 days was 64 episodes recorded. Just in 4 days, I recorded 64 different episodes, and that's like I was in April, so now it's December 10th.
Yep.
I'm still releasing episodes from Tokyo.
From April. Holy
so
shit,
it's,
bro.
Like when I film, I make sure I just stack up as much. And it's hard too because like you're trying to push out as much volume, but you also want to get the quality down too. You want to make sure you're getting quality clips. So I was just like in my zone. Like when I was in Tokyo, Tokyo happened too. I just woke up one day. I was like, ticket looked cheap, bought it, left. That was it.
Yeah.
I just got up and left. So
damn, you just went right to it. But nah, hold on. Before we get to that, What was the first pair of sneakers that got you started on your sneakerhead journey? For me, it was the Bread 11s. What was yours?
Mine was the Toro Bravo Jordan 4.
Ooh, the 4s, yo.
So the Toro Bravo, there's only been one release ever of the Toro Bravo, and I saw it on one of my neighbors, one of my childhood friends, the Berger family. I was at their house one day, and it came across their like family computer. We were all looking through Kicks. It was actually on a website called Kixify at one point.
Kixify, then you bring it back. So, 23 is back. Remember 23 is back as well?
Wild. So like Kicks on Fire, Kixify, all that stuff was like still hot during that time. So I was like 8 or 9 or so when like the Toro came out, like around that age. And I saw that, and I was always into basketball, and like I saw everybody in Kicks, but I wasn't yet. That was only 8 or 9, so I didn't know too much yet.
Right.
But the Toro Bravo came out, I was like, damn.
Something about that red, right? Like
Pops,
that
bro.
red color is like, oh, man.
And they talk about re-releasing. I'm like, I hope they never do. It's only released once, and I'm like, don't ever release it.
Classic.
Again. Yeah.
Classic shit.
Let it be. Like, leave it there. And like, I saw something about them wanting to put a Nike Air on the back because it's got the Jordan logo on the back. I'm like, leave it. Just let it be. Let it be. It's rareness.
I know somebody in your family or somebody that you know, like a friend or something, who like really put you on though to like, because you said right now you was 8 or 9, you didn't really know. Who put you on to like the sneaker game for real? Like,
I'd say my sister.
Yeah,
I'll give her the credit.
She's a sneakerhead too?
She's probably smiling when she watches this. My
That's
sister.
fine. Shout out to her.
So my sister, she had my second favorite shoe is actually my second favorite shoe that I love is because of her. Actually, she had like one of those sneaker keychains, but she had it around her rear view.
Yeah,
and it was a Carmine Jordan 6. So
the Carmines, that's my favorite number too. The 6s are crazy.
She had that there, and she always had Kicks. Like she was a sneakerhead herself. She still is, and I basically was like, since I was so young, and she's 13 years older than me, so we got a big gap. So
yeah.
So like at my age, like I still had smaller feet, so I would like go into, like I'd be in her room. I'd be like trying on her shoes and everything. And, like,
hey, like let me get these real quick.
Like, they kind of fit me, like you know what I mean. Like I'm like so young, and I see like seeing her Kicks. So I would
She had some heat. She had some heat.
Oh yeah, she did. When I was younger, like she had a bunch of shit, dog. Like Don Pearl, KD7, like was one of my favorites because of her. Like that wing strap that goes over.
He's dropping some crazy shit right now.
So I would say like she was definitely a big influence. Like that because I was so close to think about it. Like we were living in the same house at that time still, so I was so close to all these crazy Kicks. I was just getting into it, so I was like a kid in the candy store, like looking at her Kicks. And I'll never forget like days. Like I always think of the story. Like one day I like left in her Nike Shocks just to go to the gas station for my dad.
Oh, the Shocks, you bring it back,
all that stuff, bro. So
the Vince Carters, remember the Vince Carters?
Yeah. She had these like crazy. She had this like crazy blue pair. I loved them, and my sister's definitely a big influence on like how I started like as a kid getting into Kicks.
I like it. So what was there ever? Because I know it happened to me. That's why I love sneakers to this day. Like, you know, my parents, on the other hand, they couldn't afford Jordans and shit like that, you know? So, like, I used to have to sell weed to get Kicks, you know what I'm saying? But, like, was there ever a sneaker that you really wanted, but you couldn't get when you was, like, growing up? And you said, when I get older, I'm buying every fucking sneaker that I want.
All of them.
All of them, right?
I did it all of them.
But it had to be one that you really wanted that you couldn't get. Because remember, back then, people used to camp out. It was different.
Yeah, I would say... It's
gotta be one.
I got a lot, bro.
I bet you do, but it's gotta be one when you were. I'm talking about when you was younger.
I would say probably the Dornbecker Jordan 4. I'd say the
Dornbecker. 4?
Yeah, and I got it.
Oh, you really like the 4s?
Yeah, because the Toro, and then like it's crazy now that that's where the hype's at. So like it gets me tight sometimes when I see it because it's like I don't want to seem like the guy. Oh, he likes 4s because of this. Is like I've been into this, bro. Like 4s.
You've been doing it.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's all cool. Like I'm glad people like are showing appreciation. Like that's what the hype is now. Is the Jordan 4? It was the 1. Now it's the 4. I can't wait to see what's next. So I think I would say the DB Jordan 4 would be that shoe. When I was a kid, I was like, damn, like the story behind the Dornbecker Hospital and everything, and now like. Growing up, like when I was in high school, my first job was at the Boys and Girls Club, so I stacked up all my bread from like full-time weeks of that, and then when I had the chance, I was like, all right,
2 checks, get me a pair of sneakers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Should be tough when you were a kid, bro.
That was bad. When I was a teenager, all my money went to Kicks. That's what it was. Yeah.
Where did you go shopping, like for sneakers back in the day when you first started collecting?
Gosh, I was addicted to used sneakers because I could restore. I loved it, so I knew I could.
You were smart growing up, bro. Not for nothing.
I appreciate it, bro. Like I was like. A $500 shoe I knew I could get for $100 because it would beat the shit, and then I could bring it back to life and sell it if I didn't want it anymore for triple the money I bought it. That's what I did, and that's how I built my collection. It was off of used Kicks. So I never really bought DS. DS was rare for me to come by. Like I would really want the shoe, or like maybe like I didn't really get gifted Kicks like that. But like one time, like my mom, like on a Christmas, I'd get one pair maybe. Like
exactly, that's how it was, yo.
It was like one pair, like one Christmas. Like even on my birthday, I never really bought. My parents never understood it until like I was 18.
They didn't see the value in that shit, right? They're like $200 for fucking sneakers. I'm not spending that.
they didn't get it. Sometimes they still don't even get it now, but it's cool because they see now like it's a big investment. Like you look at my collection now, if I ever wanted to put a down payment on a house, I could now just because I have that.
They hold value too.
A lot. So they're always going up and down. Market's always changing. But I would say where I bought my kicks usually would be like I was on like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. I was on all that stuff. And like even it was really high school too. Like everybody had kicks. And I knew no one knew the game like I was. So I was studying like a nerd. Like I'm a geek when it comes to this. I'm an absolute junkie when it comes to
I could tell,
kicks.
man. This is a great interview. I was like, damn, I hope he fucking talks. And this is perfect. Like, but hold on. I got to ask you something, right? Yeah. So being that we from two different, I think I'm probably your sister. I'm in my 30s. So
my sister's 35.
Okay, so check it out. Back in the day, right? Growing up, especially in New York City, we had to wear the sneakers. As soon as you bought them shits, I'm talking about like literally I would buy the sneakers, put them on in the store and go to the block and chill in the sneakers. Now people like, oh, I'm going to leave them in the closet for 3 years. Are you one of them people that you like to leave them dead stock or you rather throw them on?
That's why I got used kicks because it's so hard for me to unds.
You like to wear them, right?
That's what I mean. So that's why I loved used because like somebody already pre-loved them. So it's like, what do I look like leaving them on a shelf? You know what I mean? So if they're already worn, it's like,
wear them shits. Easy.
Now when I'm older now, so it's like if I get a new shoe, I'm still going to wear it because it's like, all right, when I was a kid, I didn't like want to crease it if I ever got a DS shoe, but now it's like, all right, I'm putting them on my feet. Like,
fuck it, right? Yeah, you get the itch. Like if you really love sneakers, that's why I'm like, how can you have there's people that have mass sneakers and they don't wear them. Like, how you got them kids? You got to wear them shit, bro. Like, I don't know. I had to ask you that because that's the new generation. They like don't want to wear them. They don't want to. They leave them desktop. But it's like, imagine your house gets flooded now.
That's what I mean.
All
like,
them kicks.
You want to enjoy them. Like there's always gonna be like a 1 or 2 pairs in my collection that I probably would never wear just because of how valuable they might be. Like it'd be rare for me. But nowadays, like if it's a DS, I'll probably wear it. I'm gonna wear it.
What do you think is the most comfortable sneaker of all time? I like Yeezys. That's I feel like those are the most for me.
That's a good question. That's another good one.
See, I gotta get into this, man. See,
because I wear everything, bro. Like I wear like emerging brands that people have never heard of. Like I love just wearing new shit. So I would say, to be honest, I'm a Croc guy.
You like Crocs? Damn, that's the new shit nowadays. I remember back in the... So when Crocs first came out, I think it's like 05, 06, nobody knew what the fuck Crocs was.
It's just water shoes to people.
People were clowning people. Yeah. You wearing them fucking Crocs? Yeah. Now everybody's rocking Crocs. You got kids going to school in Crocs. It's like
what Soleil Bembry's done to Crocs, like his collaboration with Crocs, I think is awesome. That's my favorite. Like I have a teal pair of Soleil Bembry Crocs, and those are like... They're so comfy, bro.
Really? So damn, comfy. I thought he was going to give me like a sneaker. What about sneaker-wise? What do you consider comfortable?
I love the Vomero right now. The Nike Vomero is really good.
The Vomeros, yeah.
I like the Nike Vomero. I think that's one of my daily wears. I think it's really like, and it's a good-looking shoe. Like, you can wear it out, and you can dress it down. You go to the gym.
They got good colorways, too.
A lot of great. I have the oatmeal colorway at home. It's actually one of my favorites. I think the Vomero is really good.
Fire. Now, being that you've been to many places, you did talk about Tokyo briefly, which I want to get into all that, but like sneaker cons, different states, different countries. How do you decide on where to go, more or less?
So since it's all within my budget, like all my, like, since I'm the one funding it, it really depends on like cost efficient, like how I make it make sense for me is really like, all right, how many places am I going to go and how many days am I going to be out there and what is it going to cost? So it's got to make sense. So Tokyo, like I said, I was there for 12 days and I got 90 stores done in 12 days.
Damn, how the fuck? So how do you break that down? How many stores are you doing a day?
So the first 4 was 16 a day to make 64.
16, holy shit.
And then like the other days it went to like 12, 8, 6 because I was getting all the, like within Harajuku and like Shibuya and Shinjuku and Ginza, and like I was getting all the districts down within
Tokyo's lit, right? They got a lot of shit that we've never seen before, right?
I've done 90 stores and there's so much to still see, bro. That's the crazy part. So it's huge. It's massive. It's the biggest city in the world, most populated city in the world. So, and it's like, it's massive. It's Tokyo. So there's so much to see. And there's so many other places of Japan. Like I got to go to Osaka. I got to go to Kyoto. I got to go to all these different places.
The scenery is crazy. It's amazing out there.
I went during April too, which is where the cherry blossoms come out. Like I said, my grandmother's everything. So it was like, it's such a perfect timing. I wasn't even thinking of that. And it just all like happened how it was supposed to.
Put us on. What are some hidden gems that you found out there that people... Like, if you go to Tokyo, like, yo, you gotta go there if you love drip.
You gotta go to Ginza Sneaker Hills.
Shout outs to them.
It's split up to 4 different sections. It's basically, it's all the aspects of shoes. So it's a sneaker market, so where you can buy all your kicks and all that stuff.
Right.
There's a sneaker museum where it shows the history of, like, original pairs from, like, 1985 that you're gonna see.
Oh, that's crazy.
They got a sneaker hospital where they do all their restorations, and then they have a sneaker school where you'll see...
Get the fuck out of here. They got a sneaker school?
So they basically teach you how to create kicks with your own 2 hands. Like, the craziest... Like, literally, I'm seeing, like, metal, like, midsole outsoles, put on a pair of like Rashids, and it's like the craziest customs you'll ever see, bro. It's nuts. So Geens, I think, is dope. If you love vintage, I would say there's so many, but Casanova Vintage is a great spot for all the vintage lovers.
Fire.
And yeah, if you ever want to look, you should just go to my page and check for yourself.
Facts.
So
Make sure you check out the page. So what about Bape and Ape? You fucks with Bape and Ape? They got some fire shit.
So Bape and Ape, I went to both of their. I went to the Bape store and I went to the Ape store. I went to both of their retail spots in Harajuku, and it was nuts.
Insane, right?
Yeah. So Bape it's crazy too, because people like. The reason why people like watch I think the Bape episode did so well. Like I got my favorite part about the Bape episode that I did. Sean Weatherspoon liked my video, and I thought that was nuts.
Sean Weatherspoon?
So, like,
damn, that's a big flex right there. That's crazy.
When he liked that, I kind of like, I a little bit of a fanboy, because I was like, oh shit, that's Sean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're probably looking at your shit mad times, right?
I
be doing that.
I was like, did I like his comment, or did he like a comment that I said on his post? But it was like, he liked my Bathe and Ape video, and I think even he liked it because you can't record in Bape. You're not supposed to.
Oh, you cannot record.
Like, you're not, like, usually like they don't allow you, but I just walked in, I did my thing, nobody talked to me. I was just like,
fuck it.
Let me just get 10 minutes real quick and see if anybody says anything to me. Nobody said anything. I was just doing if you watch the episode, it's a very, like every other episode that I've ever done, I just recording the pieces. I never get anybody in the videos. It's just highlighting the brand itself. And I basically in 60 seconds or less, talked about Nigo and all, like the creator of Bape, Nigo, and
shout
all
out
the stuff.
That's a legend right there, bro.
So just pretty much, I was in there did my 60-second promo, got my 10 minutes worth of clips, and it's a pretty dope. It was a dope video that I was able to like go into Bape and do that. Like, you're not. It's not. That's why I was getting like comments and DMs like, "Yo, how did you do that? They don't even let me take pictures." And
you just fucking did it. Cause I feel like the more you like procrastinate and plan it out, like you're already fucking yourself up. Because like, just go in there and film this shit. If someone says something, all right, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is. Like, if I always say it too, like, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to do my thing. Because at the end of the day, all my intentions are always pure. So it's like, if you're saying, hey, no recording, because at the end of the day, their work is just doing their jobs. They're they're not here to be assholes. They're here to just do their job. So if they ever said, like, yo, no recording, I'd be like, I bet. And I believe, like, I would, because it's happened. It's been happened plenty of times at stores. And like,
I bet you people regret it though, right? Because when they start seeing all the views you got and shit, you pretty much promoting them at the end of the day too.
How I see it is just like, it's free promo for you and your brand. And
bro.
I think I have a big enough resume anyway to like look and be like, hey, like, he's not charging. Like,
you want him to do that shit.
It's 10 minutes of me taking clips in your store and I can be out. That's really all it is.
And then you're not being an ad. There's people that they do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're being discreet, like you said, and you're just trying to get, like, bro, that's what happened with like shout outs to Keith Lee, the guy that does food. Like, a lot of people they must regret, because sometimes they're mean to him, bad customer service. Like, yo, you don't know who you could meet nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to keep that key in mind, man. That's a key that I want to throw out there in the air. You know, always treat people with respect, 100%. Right? You never know who you're gonna meet.
Definitely.
Especially now, because everybody has followings. You know what I mean? Now, I seen you've been collaborating with Pony. How did that come about?
Those are my people. So I tell people always, closed mouths don't get fed, right? So I just DM'd him. I was like, yo, let's work. I was pretty much just like, hey, what's going on? Like, I've been wearing Pony since I was in middle school, like the sweats and stuff. My mom would get it at Burlington Co-Factory and get all that stuff. So I was wearing Pony because of, like, my mom would get that for like Christmas for the family and stuff. And I was like, I know what Pony is. And they kind of went on like a little bit of a hiatus. Yeah. In 2021, 2022, they came back, and I looked at their page. I was like, I can do something with that. I know I can. I was like, I know I can help this brand. And I was like,
you reached out?
I just DM'd him. I was like, yo, like,
wow,
I would love
that's
to be able
simple.
to. I was like, I'd love to be able to work. Shout out Carl, who was actually the one who reached back out to me from Pony.
Shout out to Carl.
Shout out to Carl, man, and the whole Pony team. They've just been so great to me, seriously. Like, and Pony is such a historic brand. They have so many things that people don't know about that I like. With my Pony videos, I spit facts about the brand, because they're like that. You know,
they're one of the originators.
You know, like, how I see it too is like 85. Jordan did what he did with Nike.
Exactly.
And before that, it was Adidas, Converse, and if you really want to talk about it, it was Pony.
Pony
was there too. It was Pony doing a lot. Like, you had Pele wearing Pony when it came to soccer. You had
a lot of basketball players wore Pony too.
Spud Webb in 1986 dunk contest. Smallest dunk contest winner was wearing a pair of Ponies. Like, Reggie Jackson 500th home run was in a pair of Ponies. Like,
that's crazy. You spitting facts. You know your history, bro.
Like,
I fucks with it.
There's so much. So Pony, they've been real good to me. They've sent me a bunch of pairs. I've been able to make a bunch of great promos with me and my brothers, AG, Noop, and X. And
shout outs to them.
Yeah, bro. They're Pony's awesome, man. Seriously, if anyone like even ever watched a review from me from Pony, they gotta check it out, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely tapped in. How did it feel to start receiving free merch, like, you know, from them, and also like different brands and companies?
It's cool that people trust me with it. You know what I mean? Like, to trust some, like, they obviously see some type of value within my work. So I think what I'm doing, I'm clearly doing something right if you trust me enough to be able to showcase your product. So I I think I put the work in enough to be able to have that, to be able to be trusted with their pieces and to be able to do my best and promote them in the most positive way possible. I think it's dope. You know what I mean? It's something that I've been working towards for a while now. So I think it's cool when you get like, I'm not even hitting anyone up. It's just people hitting me up saying,
that's crazy.
Like I'm ready when you are to send it in. I'm like, all right, bet, let's do it.
Send that shit. I'll throw it on. I like it. So any independent brands that are coming out that we should be checking for?
Yep. Sure should.
Give us a few, man. Everybody's watching. So we got to put them on.
I got to put on Rhode Island because I'm.
Anybody from Providence first, yo.
So I got to put on Cuddy from CBK, City Born Kids.
Shout outs to Cuddy, yo.
Shout out Absence, my brother's brand. Zethius, his brand Absence. That's gonna be coming out soon. I would say it's an up-and-coming brand because he does merch, but it's actually the biggest event here in Rhode Island called Kicks and Tricks. My other brother, AG, so they got the biggest event here in Rhode Island. So yeah, definitely Kicks and Tricks, Absent, City Born Kings. I want to give y'all one more. Man,
that's fire, man. You putting on for the city. I like that. You showing love.
I should give one more. Just one
more. Give us one more.
I'll say... That's so many. I want to pick one good. I'll do Madrugada. They're from Roxbury.
Madrugada, I never heard of them.
So they're from Roxbury. They're from Mass. They're an extremely dope brand, quality wise. Just everything that they're putting out.
What do they do? Just clothing and stuff like that?
They do all streetwear. Yeah, they do a bunch of stuff, but they got some quality stuff. Like they're awesome. Madrugada from Roxbury, Massachusetts is awesome.
Shout outs to them and shit. You know what's funny? I was like researching, like Spider. That shit started from nothing. I heard, and like look where they're at now. You know,
yeah,
that's fucking crazy. It's amazing. Like but clothing's a very tough. That's a whole nother conversation. It's tough to get into that.
It's
tough
what I mean? Now because there's so many copy and paste. Like it's really hard to stand out now because everybody's just taking their own visions. But if you have what it's like, at the end of the day, all the brands that are big now was going through the same stuff everybody is now too. So it's like if you're really about it, it's gonna work out. You just gotta stay persistent. Now
I seen you did stuff with 2J Kicks. That's fucking amazing. Who would be your dream collaboration, like someone like the Mayor or brand wise?
It was him.
It was him, and you got to do that. That's fucking dope.
I'm lucky. I'm really lucky with that. Shout out JC. Like he was. He's been someone I watched since middle school, 6th, 7th grade. I've been watching 2Js for that long. So it's like I went to Vegas to record for Pulling Up, and I was just like, I kept missing him at his store. Like he wasn't there. Like, I kept pulling up. I went to Urban like
you were persistent. You got to be persistent in this shit.
Day.
Yeah.
And it's not like me to do that, but it was Jay. I was like, I'm in Vegas. I'm never gonna
I gotta meet this guy.
I was like,
right?
I didn't know if I would ever be in Vegas again. Like because it was still at the beginning of the Pulling Up like stages. So I was like, I'll come here once a day if I have to. I was like, and I talked to every single employee. I got numbers down. I said, let me know when he's in. Text me. Texted me. I see my phone like 30 minutes ago. An employee texted me. He's here. I'm like, fuck, I missed it.
You missed it.
I'm like, I dip. I go over there. I'm like probably 20 minutes away from the store. So I get an Uber. Uber brings me to the wrong spot.
Damn, it be like that sometimes.
So then I go. I'm there. And then it's like, time stop real quick. I see him walk out the back room. And he's like, I'm like, yo, what's up, Jay? Nice to meet you. I'd love to introduce myself real quick. Like, he tried to just dap me up quick and like dip. Because like everybody comes up to me.
And you get froze sometimes in those moments, right? Like, it happens to everybody. Like, you're just like, fuck. Because someone you admire, you know what I'm saying?
It was crazy. I was like in like a natural state. It was like as if I was talking to you now. It was weird. It was like, it felt like it went mute. It wasn't like I froze. I feel like everything just kind of went silent. It was cool though, because I was like, this is some guy I like idolize. Like, this is JC. You know what I mean? Like, I'll always say that someone who really got me to like,
inspired you.
It got me to like really go full throttle when it came to kicks. It was 2Js. So when I dapped him up the first time, he was just trying to like go quick because like everybody's trying to say what's
busy,
up. Busy guy. So it's like I was like, I just 30 seconds is all I need. And I show him Pulling Up, and he's like, I've seen them. Like I've watched your videos. Like I've seen it.
Oh, he was tapped into you. That must have been blowing your mind right there.
I was like tagging him in all my beginning videos. I would tag him in all of them just because I was trying to get it out there. And he was like, I'll never forget the words. He's like, I'm going to throw you a bone. I was like, okay, bet. He was like, I'm going to SneakerCon Chicago. He's like, I'm going to fly you out. He's like, you ever used a camera? I was like, nope, never used a real camera.
Yo, that's nuts.
He was like, all right, well, you got 2 weeks. Learn how to use it. He's like, his assistant showed me what camera he uses. It's the cameras you're using right now for your pod.
Fire. Shout outs to Sony, man. We need a fucking sponsorship. And shout outs to Conversation Studio, man. We got to get a Sony sponsorship, a Roll Mic sponsorship. You doing it out here. We put this shit in the air right now. Yeah, so man. What happened? So you learned the camera.
So I learned the camera. He flies me out. And 2 days, the craziest part too with the 2 days, I didn't know who the special guest was going to be at SneakerCon Chicago. So the first day, he gets 2 kids. He gives them $500 a piece. And I document their entire journey that day in SneakerCon, like what they do with that $500, each of them. So I document that whole first day. And the second day, he was like, it's going to be a little bit of a more chill day. I was like, okay, bet. Don C walks in. So I'm like,
shit, big hitters, yo.
Like, what the fuck?
Yo, that's nuts, bro.
So Jay basically, he introduced me real quick to Don. It was a quick 2 seconds. I was like, hey, nice to meet you, Don. My name's Zach. Like, quick, because I was recording Jay and everything. So just getting a bunch of B-roll the second day pretty much was what that was with him and Don C. And I got one of the most iconic photos that I have for myself. It's like, Jay and Don talking on the right side, and it's me like with my back with the
Damn,
camera
bro,
on me.
give
It's
us an exclusive. You gotta send me
You
one of
guys
those
gotta put
shits,
that up.
bro.
I'll send it so you can pop it up on the
that's
screen.
what's up. You got a Jmack exclusive on the podcast.
So it was like
lit.
that photo was dope. It's like to see Don there with Jay. I'm like, damn, this is huge. And
Yeah.
getting to meet, that was my first sneaker con ever. Like I've always wanted to go to one, and the fact that it was with the person who got me into the game like that is nuts. So
It must have been surreal, right? At the same time.
crazy. It was
Overwhelming
nuts.
too.
So I got to meet so many vendors that I would see at sneaker cons that I always wanted to, like Big A Custom, like everybody I got to meet. I was like, yo, this is awesome. And now
This is crazy.
And now like the owner of SneakerCon, Alan, shout out to Alan too.
Shout outs to Alan, yo.
Shout out to Alan. Like just great people too. And he's
Showing love.
He's flown me out to SneakerCon LA, SneakerCon DC, and I've just been able to just like make pulling up episodes for SneakerCon and just enjoy the greatest event on earth. You know, like it's just crazy. It's just really dope.
You kind of cover everything, but what's the craziest? Because you've been to a lot of these sneaker concerts. What's the craziest purchase that you ever seen that you like? Damn, he dropped that for them fucking sneakers. Like the most expensive drop that they dropped a bag on them shits.
I think I just saw people, it's like a bulk. Like I'd see people buy bulks. Like Jay would be someone who like when like Jay would like do huge buyouts at sneaker cons. Like when you're seeing like
now I'm talking about one sneaker though.
one shoe, I would say
Like you know the Yeezy Red October is like my dream shoe. I want those sneakers so bad.
yeah, I would say I want to say I definitely saw someone do something with mags. I think I saw someone do something like I think DK Metcalf was at SneakerCon LA doing something with Air Mags. I think I was pretty sure it was like
The Back to the Future shoe.
yeah, those are like
those shits are
$100,000.
up, right?
Yeah, that's like $100,000 shoe. I don't know.
That's fucking nuts.
I don't know if he bought it, but I saw them like negotiating some type of deal like where they were at with that. So I think the fact that even someone's even negotiating to possibly buy
that's
something,
nuts.
That's nuts.
That's
you know what I
that's
mean?
the price of a house and a fucking pair of sneakers.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. But yo, if you got the money, fuck it, drop it,
I
right?
guess so, bro.
Yo, do you prefer fitteds or snapbacks?
I'm a snapback guy.
Yo,
I am.
me
I
too,
gotta
bro.
show y'all.
I ain't
I gotta
gonna
show y'all
lie.
the snapbacks. I definitely want to do. I say snapbacks just because fitteds are cool, but I think with a snapback, you know, I'm always getting my shit stolen. People always taking my shit, so like they're always like either I got too small of a head, people got way bigger heads. So I'm like, I think it's cool. Like I got a lot of people with like all the shit that I have so many pieces like of hats, shirts, all that shit. So I'm like, if I can ever like bless people up and just be able to help them out, I'm like, yo, go look in the closet if you want anything, pick something out.
See, it used to be fitteds back in the day, and then like snapbacks kind of grew on me, and now I only rock snaps.
I think I like the little opening in the back. It looks cool. I think I like the design of a snapback better than a fitted because like the fitted look more like a helmet to me.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
like
So, like-
it's like a bow on your head, right?
Because imagine if there was no brim. What does it look like now? So I feel like with this opening, like especially when I don't really
if
do
you
the
sweat
reverse.
too,
Yeah,
the
like,
fitteds shrink.
Yeah, I like the snap. I think the snapback's how I go. But if I had to pick any hat, bucket hats are my everything.
You like bucket hats? Oh shit, that's
Y'all
throwback
see
shit.
if you want to zoom it in, my grandmother with the bucket hat. This is
Let
her.
me see, and also send it to me so that way
Y'all can see that.
I'm gonna post it when I edit this shit.
The bucket hat, my grandmother wore bucket hats my whole life. So that was me when I was 2, and she was always in a bucket hat. And my first piece of apparel ever was a Kickamatics bucket hat because of her. So that's why I love the buckets.
What about oversized clothing or like a perfect fit? Pause.
I think I've seen people wear like who are my size. Like I'm 5'9", 5'10", maybe if I'm wearing a good shoe. I'm 5'9", like I'm as average height as possible. So it's like I see people wearing like triple XLs my size.
Yeah,
like,
that's
so
crazy.
But they make it look good.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
it's
if you make it like it's all about how you rock it. I think people have so many unique styles. It's like there's no such thing as something not looking good. It's about how you rock it. So personally, like I don't really like tight clothes. I don't like like
too tight.
Yeah, like I like fitted things. I like things that fit nice, but especially with pants, like I've seen loose pants on me since I'm short. It makes me look shorter, so I'm like, all right, I got to do something with that. Or tight pants too, though. I got wider legs, so I'm like, I look like I got tights on. I don't like that either.
Yeah,
so,
spandex and shit.
Yeah, so I think it's really like there's so many people who can just make things work. Like I got plenty of people in my circle who I know this like can rock things way better than I would be able to rock them.
Facts. Everybody got their own style, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite sneaker that came out this year in 2024?
Ooh.
Something that you were like, fuck, man, this shit's crazy. I gotta get that.
What's crazy is there's so many shoes that are retroing that like people don't even show like love for because it's a retro and like they're already under retail. They're worried about the value of the shoe instead of the shoe itself. So I think this is a tough one. I think
you copping the 11s that's coming. Them shits is trash. I ain't gonna hold you.
You don't like Legend Blue?
I don't like, bro. I'm not really into. It's just some, and then I don't know. Can we agree the new 11s?
Yep.
Don't they look weirder than before? They don't look like before.
I think that any retro, I feel like is never gonna look like what it used to look like. So I feel like whenever they, especially with Nike, like
they're wider now. I feel
the quality in anything with Nike now is just not gonna be what
downgraded.
it was. It definitely is. Like it's for sure. Like the Legend Blue, I just watched the promo for it today. They just released the Jordan brand, the Jumpman account actually just released the promo for it. And I thought it was dope. Like they're getting back into like the old school way of things of like promoting things, which I like.
Yeah, I like it.
But my favorite shoe this year, man, I don't know. That's a tough one. It's probably gonna come from a brand that's not even like mainstream.
Give us one.
Like
Give us one. Just one.
I would say like, I would say maybe something from.
You fuck with designer shoes too?
Yeah, I would probably say it was either. I like what Kizzo's doing. I love Kizzo kicks.
Shout outs to Kizzo.
Kizzo's doing great, and I think anything from like I like funky too, bro. I think anything from like
crazy colorways and shit like that.
Like Mischief does crazy shit too.
Mischief,
like,
shout outs to Mischief.
I would say something not mainstream. I don't think I would go with anything too mainstream. I feel like there's so many kicks I look at every day. I know I'm missing a million that I would probably bring up right now. But just off the top of my head, I would say something along the lines of like brands that are on the come up. I love seeing those come up, and like the innovation behind shit like that is just different. Like, yeah, I would say nothing really mainstream.
What's a sneaker that you haven't got that you really want for your collection?
I would probably say. Damn.
There's gotta be one.
My want list on GOAT's like 1,000+. It's just trying to pick one. I would say.
I really want the Red Octobers, bro. Them shits are like 12 bands, though, the last time I checked.
The Red Octobers
They're
are
up
cool.
there, bro.
I would probably say, this is just for like nostalgic purposes. I'd probably go with like.
Or something vintage, like something like.
Yeah, I would probably say something along the foam posit route.
I was going to ask if you fucks with the foams, too.
I would probably say something like, there's definitely so many foams I still want to this day that I don't have. Like, I have a few foams in the collection, but like, if I had to pick a foam posit, like, probably something like, there's like Wale was doing like the Orchard foam posit, like the cherry blossoms. Like, I like an all pink foam posit would probably be something I want, just because I know that foam posit, the silhouette was huge for me, because like the Galaxy foam posit in 2012 when it released.
Oh, the Galaxies was fucking crazy.
So like, I would probably say something like that. I would say something in the foam posit.
And the Paranormal Activity ones, those shits
too.
were fucking insane, bro.
Yo, funny story about the Paranorman. I had one of my top videos on my account. I did like a little comedic skit with like people who like, it was a Paranorman phone, but no one could name it, and they were saying the most outrageous guesses. And that was like a video that got
nobody knew what they were.
Nah,
damn, I would have fucked. You got those, the Paranormal Activity?
I wish.
Oh, those are sick,
yes.
Right? The only person I ever seen with them on was Fabulous. You know, Fabulous Drip is on Mars. Yeah. And I noticed you be posting a lot of stuff with Mac Miller music. Are you a fan of Mac Miller?
That's crazy.
See, I be noticing, bro. I told you, this is what I do, man.
That's a good question.
That's what I do.
I like that one.
Rest in peace to Mac Miller, by the way.
Rest in peace to Malcolm.
He's a legend,
McCormick,
bro.
Man. Yeah, Mac,
I still bump his first mixtape to this day, the Kids joint.
I bump everything. Balloonerism's coming out too. January 17th or 19th, Balloonerism's coming out, which is
he's fire.
Yeah, Mac is everything to me, bro.
Dope.
He saved my life. It was I'm not gonna lie, he partially saved my life at a time where I was really in a place where I wasn't
dark space.
I was in a dark space mentally. I definitely was.
We all go through that shit.
Of course. So like 18, 19 years old, I was like going through some shit, and Mac
got you through it.
For whatever reason, it's as if I knew him my whole life. It was weird. It's like some type of shit. Like I'm not even like exaggerating. Like my peoples that know me, like there's not one song you could play by him that I won't know.
Fucks with Mac Miller, yeah.
Every song, even if
we just some motherfucking kids, yo, that shit. He's fire, bro. I've been fucking. First time I seen Mac Miller was on the Nikes on my feet, Nike, that shit on the YouTube, and I was like, this is back in the day though, when he first started coming out, and I was like, damn, who the fuck is this dude? 'Cause you know, Wiz was coming up. A lot of people don't know about this shit. This is back then, and I was like, damn, this dude definitely coming out. He blew up, bro.
Yeah, Mac's awesome. I'm glad you asked me about Mac, bro. He's a big part of like he's a big part of my
inspiration.
Journey, for sure. Yeah, Mac's great, bro. I love everything. Just him as a human too. People love him for the music, but like if you ever watch an interview of Mac or him at any time, just any type of philosophy that he's preaching out, like he's just a great human, bro. Great human.
It's a fact. Yo, and anybody dealing with depression and shit like that, it's a shame. We lost a lot of great people due to that shit. You know, always reach out. I'm gonna put the hotline up. You know, man, there's so many like there's people out there that care about you is what I want to say. You know what I mean? Like suicide is not the way. I gotta ask you, because we kind of like went all over the place, but like, did you get to see the Donald Trump sneakers from 2J Kicks? I know he got a signed pair.
So he's got I saw it when, like, I wasn't there. I'm pretty sure it was SneakerCon Philly. I wasn't there when that happened, but I saw like
You got to see him?
I saw, like, I've seen a pair in person, and the pair that I saw was at SneakerCon LA. I believe it was Secret Sauce is the name of the vendor. I'm
Fire. Sure. Shout out to him. He had a pair?
He had a pair just being showcased at his table, and yeah, they're it's an ugly ass shoe.
It's but cool. Those shits are fire though. I
don't ever call a shoe ugly, man.
Just have it in a case, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something you collect. Like, wow, this is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? It's
historic too, because like he's making
he got a president with a sneakers. Like, the first president.
He's going through a case. He's like running for president and everything, and like he's dropping
so much
shoes
meaning
while doing
behind
it.
it.
You know what I mean? Like, such a crazy time, bro.
Crazy time to be alive, bro.
So nuts. So yeah, that's definitely. I'm pretty sure it was like 400 pairs or something like that made. It was nuts.
Yeah, was crazy. Any places that you haven't been to that you plan on going next?
Yeah.
We about to wrap it up soon, but I got to get these questions in.
A bunch. I would say like I've lately I was in London. No one has seen any episodes in London yet, so those will get to be posting soon. And I would say.
You went to London? How was it? Yo, a lot of people be drippy out there too, right?
It's crazy, bro. And it's crazy because when people ask me like where I'm from, I'll say Rhode Island. I'm like, usually in the States, nobody really knows where Rhode Island is.
Like Long Island?
Usually.
Yeah.
But I said that in London. They were like, of course I know where Rhode Island is.
Oh, shit, they know.
I said, how do you know? He's like, you're from Family Guy. I was like, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was like, yo.
That's a classic show, not for that.
So, yeah, London, I was just there recently in October. A whole bunch is going to be released with that. But I'd say just trying to get all of Europe. Like,
how are the people talk like Central C out there?
They on
that time.
They got thick accents for sure.
That's
like, it was
crazy.
Whenever I like travel, it's crazy to think like I'm the oddball out now.
Yeah.
So like in Tokyo, like I'm obviously I'm not from Japan.
This
like,
guy's
I'm obviously
definitely
not from Japan. Like when I'm in London, they hear me speak. They're like definitely not from London. So it's cool. Yeah, it's cool when I like travel to all these places and like just to enjoy the culture and then to also get as much work done as I can out there. It's awesome.
I'm a hip hop. Yo, people sleep. A lot of these places, they go hard for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the thing. When they see someone from the States come through, they're pumped because they want to know what's going on from someone who's actually been there as much as we want to know what's going on here.
Exactly. That's fucking fire. Now, what's next for Kickamatics, man? What's next for you?
Man, we're just taking one step at a time, man. I'm 22, dog. I'm a baby.
Damn, man. I wish I was that young again. That's what's up, though.
I'm a baby, bro.
Yo, you starting off great, though, on your journey, you know?
I get hard on myself a lot because I'm like, yo, my main goal is to just take care of my people. That's
Facts.
always the goal. So like, there's no like, I swear to God, like, there's never gonna be a penny amount. There's never gonna be any ounce of like recognition or fame that I'll ever want compared to like, all right, as long as I can make sure my people are good. Like when I'm able to like say pay off a house for my parents, like that's when I know I made shit happen. That's like fire. When I'm able to like be able to take care of like start making accounts for like my future family that I want to create and like doing what I can for my people. That's all I want. I swear to God, like that's all I'm worried about. And I know it's like it's that and enjoying the process of things too. So what's next for me is just you're gonna see me continue to travel. You're gonna see me continue to make new and different content and continue to just create content to promote and showcase emerging brands all around the world, bro.
Yeah, I like that message. Now, I have so many questions for you because I really love sneaker. You could tell I'm a sneakerhead too. Now, I be noticing a lot of shit. Like, shout outs to Kicktronics. Their promo game is insane. You know, they do the free ski Sunday and all that shit. How the fuck are these people making money is what I say if they're giving away so much shit for free or like mad cheap? Like, how does that even work?
They know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, and they're the plug.
They got people, like, there's so many probably other guys that are helping them out. Like, the people who are most successful, I always say, it always comes down to relationships. Like, what are who are your connections? Who do you have like that's helping you behind the scenes? Because what you see on the surface is not what it is. It's just not. It's like the most successful people have so many things happening behind the scenes that nobody knows about. So it really comes down to they're able to give away all those things because they know that they're good for however long and however their model of business works, like they know that they're good. That's the only way they're able to do it. If not, they wouldn't be making money, like you said.
Exactly. Give me 5 sneaker stores. Cause I gotta get these gems because they're gonna be like, you didn't even ask them that. 5 sneaker stores that are your go-to if you want an exclusive sneaker in New England. It could be Boston, New Hampshire, anywhere in New England.
New England, bet.
You like Sneaker Junkies? You fuck with Sneaker Junkies?
I did all 3 of their locations in Connecticut, Mass, and Rhode Island. I did all 3 of their spots. I got to go back to all of them too and re-record too. But nice. I would say my top 5 in all in New England. Can I count New York too? Can I do New York?
Of course. You got to count New York, man.
I bet because people don't count New York.
New York like, got a lot of fucking.
That's the thing.
I mean, it's the home of the hip hop, man. Come on.
New York is fantastic, bro. I would say definitely when it comes to sneakers, I think you got to go to... Exclusive, I would say, just because Yankee Kicks is really dope in New York. Their new spot.
Yankee Kicks.
They let me into their back room, which was really crazy to me. Like they let see all their exclusive stuff, which was awesome. I think that was dope. They were just really cool people at Yankee Kicks. Excuse me. I would say For Rhode Island wise, for kicks, down the street is Dirty Laces. Those are my people. Literally
Dirty
down the
Laces?
street, yeah.
Nice. Shout out to them.
Shout out Dirty Laces. Shout out.
And they buy sneakers and all that too?
Buy, sell, trade. They do everything. So
yo, I got mad sneaker. You the guy I need to talk. I'm trying to get rid of all my shits,
Yep,
bro. I
yep.
want to like start
I'll put you
fresh.
on. I'll put you on.
I bet.
So we got Yankee Kicks, Dirty Laces. I would say definitely got to go to...
So Yankee Kicks, Dirty Laces. Give me like 2 more if you can.
Shit.
There's one right there by when you go to Walmart on Atwood. I think it's on. Is it Atwood? The one right there on Plainfield Pike. There's one right there. I don't know the name.
There's a shitload. I know I'm gonna leave so many off. So many people gonna hit me up when they see.
They're gonna be
this
like,
shit.
you fucking, you didn't mention
tell
me.
I know, bro. I'm sorry. If you're seeing this, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. I put you on the spot, man.
Yeah, you did, bro. That's a good one. I would say Dirty Laces, Yankee Kicks. Let's go. I'm just gonna name the heavy hitters. I mean, like everybody knows about Flight. Everybody knows
Flight
about
Club.
Like everybody knows all those spots. But like when it comes to gems, once again, if you really want to go to my page, man.
Yo,
you
just
really
go
want
to
my
where,
shit,
yo. Where can we follow you?
I got at
Where
Kickamatics on all platforms. I got 550 episodes of pulling up, man. There's so many goddamn things to pick from. I could think of so many on this. Like I could look through my
Check
phone,
out
bro.
the
Go on
fucking
Instagram.
content. It's true. Give them some views. Give them some likes. Subscribe. All this shit, man.
Like they're all on there. If you want to see any episodes, you already know. Like you could look for hours on my page, bro. There's so many damn spots, and I gotta re-record so many because once again, I think my quality of content back then is nowhere comparable to now. Right. So you're gonna see a whole lot of new ones, a whole lot of re-records, and a whole lot of just new places that I think you should pull up to. Just look at my page. I'm always putting out new content.
So can people reach out to you to collaborate on future projects?
Always.
Or are you selective on who you work with? So
I'm selective to a point. You got to make sense. Like I'm not just gonna take somebody who just is like, hey, let's do it.
I like sneakers, right?
Yeah,
I just want
like,
to do a
it's got to make sense. I'm not just gonna take anybody. So it's like, not to say that no, like I don't think I'm shit.
Yeah, you never know, right? You never know. People got potential.
I don't think I'm shit. So I think if you really have a vision and you really have a plan, like hit me up. Like I'm a human just like you. So if you see value, show me where the value's at and let's make it happen.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. That I respect that because I expected like to reach out and you're like, oh, I'll let you know. Yo, he was on it. Like so for those out here, you just gotta shoot your shot sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Like they're gonna say yes, they're gonna W, or they're just gonna say no. Like you know what I'm saying? One of the three.
That's what just like we talked about with Pony. Like I hit up Pony, I was like, I don't expect anything. Like I always expect absolutely nothing whenever I do anything like that. So just go into it with like pure intentions. If you want, like, if you're actually trying to collaborate,
genuine, yeah.
If you're trying to collab, bro, just hit me up. My DMs are open. I'm a public account just like everybody else
who's
on here. So just hit me up, man.
Yo, can we agree that all the experiences that you went through got you to where you are today?
Yeah, yeah.
Big facts, right?
Yeah, I had to. You have to be able to like. It's good. Like nobody likes going through the shit when you're going through it, but then when it's done, you're glad. Like you got to know what the dirt tastes like in order to like feel the clouds. Like it's just it is what it is. So at the end of the day, like all the things that we're going through every day, you may not be exactly where you're at right now, but at a point in time, you were praying to be where you're at right now.
Big facts.
So I'm just like, I'm a big believer of everything does happen for a reason. And even when I am freaking out, there's times like I stay really calm and level headed with things. Like I usually do, but I'm a human. I fall all the time. I trip all the time. Like it is what it is. Like my Tia Celeste, she's someone I talk to every day. She's a big help in everything I have with what I got going on when it comes to me mentally and like how I pursue the things I pursue. So it's really just everything you go through is for a great reason, even if you don't know why in that moment.
Appreciate your downs as well as your ups, right?
You have to, because at the end of the day, you wouldn't know what those ups wouldn't feel as good if you didn't know what those downs felt like.
That's a fact. I like that. He dropping gems. We're gonna get into album of the week real quick.
Album of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast.
Album of the week this week is Technology by Terminology and Tech. You fucks with Terminology?
To be honest, bro, you gotta put me on.
Oh, I'm gonna send you the link. He's from Boston. Bet. I mean, OG in the game. Bet. Straight lyricist, you know what I'm saying? Fire. Perfect. He just dropped it out. We're going to get into movie of the week.
Movie of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast.
Movie of the week this week is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm fucking excited. I know you fucks with Sonic, right?
My nephews are huge, bro. Like the Knuckles movie I just watched with my nephews not too long ago. I watched that at the crib with my nephews. They love Sonic, bro.
The series, right? That shit's crazy.
They love it.
I had the Sega back in the day, so to see this shit now where it's at is like, wow. That was my first gaming system ever, was Sonic the Hedgehog. And it came with part 2 on the Sega. So it was like a bundle, you know what I'm saying? Throwback shit. But any advice out there for those who may be experiencing the same situations that you went through or are going through right now?
I would say if you're really ambitious and you love something, right? When you love something as much as like for me, it's kicks. I love kicks and I love making the content I love. Whatever it is that you're ambitious, like that you have ambitions for, whatever it is that you love, like more than anything in this world, just continue to love it. Even on the days, there's going to be days where something you love so much can frustrate you so much. Like, and it doesn't make sense. Like, you just be like, yo,
like, why am I doing this, right?
Like, why do I feel so, like, upset at something that I say I love so much, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's usually how it happens because of how much energy and how much like feeling you have for it. So I always tell myself too, when I have those feelings, or like whenever I'm upset at, like when I'm creating content, I'm like, damn, this ain't good enough. Like I feel like you're overrated, bro. Like what are you doing? Like there's always those intrusive, there's always those thoughts that are like making you have self-doubt, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so
But don't overthink it, right?
It really comes down to the fact, like, you know why you're here. You can't, you already made it past all your worst days. All the days you thought you weren't going to make, you already made it past those. So
Exactly.
I would say pretty much like, if you really love something, man, keep loving it. No matter what anybody says about it, no matter what anybody like makes you feel about it. If it's truly within you to say that you love whatever it is you love to do, keep doing it. Because like,
I like that.
You're the only, at the end of the day, you have to look yourself in the mirror every day. They're not looking at you. They're not with you every day. You're the main character, and your story continue to be that main character.
Damn, you dropping some juice. Yo, for your age, man, you got a lot of knowledge, man. Like a lot of, not for nothing, like no disrespect to the youth out there, but I feel like we're like on a dumbed down youth level. I mean, like people, you know, there's still people like yourself that they know a lot, but there's a lot of people like, what the fuck is this guy like?
I get called.
Does he read?
I get called like. I get clowned a little bit. I'm 22, but I'm an old soul, so I get clowned. I get called Unk, bro. So I'm
Ain't
like,
nothing wrong with that,
I'm
man.
Like, I get called Unk, so I'm like the old soul. It's like, it's all good.
Yeah,
I'd rather be called the old soul or whatever it is. Like all my people's, like I said, all my people are older than me. My people in my circle, like they're all in their 30s and kids. Like, you know what I mean? I'm 22 hanging around with all the people who are 10 years older than me. And that's just how I grew up. Like my siblings, all of it. That's just, my grandmother was my best friend. She died at 81. I was 17. Like,
look at that.
My tia Celeste, she's in her 60s. I'm 22. Like,
Yeah,
it's just, all my people are way older than me. And I think it's always best to be with those people who are older than you with more experience. Because I always say, be the dumbest in the room, because that means all you have to do is learn. You know,
you dropping crazy gems, bro. See, take some advice here on the Jmack Experience Podcast. Amen. Now, any last words or special shout outs that you would like to mention before we sign off?
Yeah, shout out to you, bro. Shout out for having me.
Yo, I
seriously.
appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you.
Real
I mean,
talk.
seriously, I appreciate
right
this. Like being able to have conversations like these are great. Like I think it's awesome to be able to see what you're doing, especially for Rhode Island. Like you're doing big things. Like I think when it comes to podcasts, everybody's trying to make a podcast, but I see like 5 cameras looking at me right now.
Yeah. We ain't playing with this shit.
Like, if anybody watches this for real and like wants to be like, there's a lot of potential just in this pod itself, bro. You're doing great. Seriously, I appreciate you having me on.
Still got a long way to go, like you said. Every day's a struggle. There's times, man, I'm gonna keep it 100. Then I'm like, damn, man. When am I going to get that fucking moment? You know what I mean? I'm still looking for that viral moment. You know what I mean?
I feel like I say it all the time. The more you say it, though, the longer it takes. It's
just don't worry about it, right?
It's going to happen when you don't expect it at all. That's the craziest part. So it's like, it's hard to not think about it, but like, you know you're doing good, bro.
Yeah. Now we here.
If nobody told you, I'm telling you right
now, I appreciate that,
good,
man. Nah, and I got a passion for this shit. It's not like I'm doing it because, this guy got a podcast. So, and I've been noticing that there's a lot of podcasts, but it's like, do you really like doing that shit, or you just want to do it because it's the thing?
You could tell that this is
this is what I love to do.
You're doing it right now, bro. Like, I wish everybody could see the setup, bro. It's crazy in here, bro.
Well, shout outs to Conversation Studio once again. Make sure you hit them up to book your podcast studio time. You could do photo shoots here. They legit, man. They changed the backdrops. Like, it's my people. Since I've been locking in with them, I ain't gonna lie, like, it's been going to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? Because I literally started, I was doing this shit in my kitchen, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like,
gotta start somewhere, man.
So, you know, we here, man. Bro, it's an honor once again.
Thank you, bro.
I can't believe this shit went down today. This shit made my birthday was last week, so this shit made my whole birthday, my whole week, and I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much for coming through on the Jmack Experience Podcast. Episode 56, Kickamatics. You already know we signing out. Grah!
Thanks for coming on the Jmack Experience Podcast. Be sure to come on for another episode every single week. Until next time, peace.
Black Sheep CMOS. It'll make you want to slap your daddy.
Oh, harder, daddy.